oh, this is one of our new directors. It's like amazing. He really knows how to get people paid. One of my best friends. Please put your hands together for top executive director, Mr. Oliver Marshak.
I do too. Just so you guys know a little bit about me, I'm just going to share my story really quick. I got started 4.5 years ago, full-time college student that was broke. Started the business, made $800 my first month, started to get paid while I was in class. Took it seriously after a little bit, haven't had any other source of income than this for over 3 years. Just got a brand new hardtop convertible, BMW, and I can say I'm the best boss I've ever had. So, guess what I'm going to be talking about? Even better, closing. I found that good recruiters are good closers. Interesting, huh? So, I'm going to talk. I'm not going to have a structured training. I'm just going to be giving you guys a bunch of bullet points at once. I give you permission to record it if you want. I'm just going to be spitting things really, really fast. I talk really fast. Also, I just had a Red Bull, so that'll add to it. So, guys, beware. I warned you. So, why don't people close? Because there's something in them that makes them feel that they don't deserve the sale. It's like, I do not deserve it. And by the way, if someone could please bring 2 chairs up here. I'm not going to use them this second, but in a couple minutes. 2 chairs here. I don't care. So, people either don't close because A, they don't feel like they deserve the sale, or B, they feel like they're getting the person in, like they're taking from the person. So when you're in that taking mode, then your energy is not going to come across the right way. But see, a lot of things with the closing is what you do prior for your own mindset and for their mindset. I'll explain. So for your mindset, you got to know why do they need to get started in the business. Isn't that a good thing to know? If you want to get someone in the business, it's a good thing to know why they should get involved in the business, because you got to come from a good intention. If you're just trying to get a sign-up, trying to get a performance club point, it's not going to work. Why have I been in performance club, by the way, for 46, 45, or 40, I don't know how many months? By the way, it's a good thing when you see someone who doesn't know how many months, because it just gets done. I found that when you do your business, you get into performance club. If you're running for performance club, you won't get into performance club. So, you got to know so your intentions come across the right way. Also, Napoleon Hill, you guys know Napoleon Hill, right? He spent 25 years studying the wealthiest people in the whole entire world. He was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie, a multi-billionaire, the richest person of his time while he was alive. So, he went and studied the wealthiest people in the world. Now, he said a master salesperson basically spends more time focusing on getting the person the right mindset for the sale than the actual sale itself. Because if the person's in a closed-off mindset, like, have you ever brought someone to the business briefing and they're just, like, closed off because you got them there at 7:27, right? And then they just rush in, you don't get to introduce them to anyone, they're like, what the heck is going on? They go sit in the seat, and then half the briefing, they're zoning out, they're closed off, they're like, what's going on? Why am I here? And then you try and go in for the close after, and it's not happening. You say, oh, I got to think about it. Anyone can relate? Yeah. Oh, I'm not the only one. So, and it's so amazing showing up and being consistent to events because you realize, hey, I'm not the only one. So that's why it's so important, and I congratulate you guys for being here. So, what do I mean by getting them in the right mindset before the sale? So, number one, getting to the business briefing on time. I know he just touched on it. I'll just give you a couple things on how you can ensure you get the sale. Because everyone knows when I bring a guest to the briefing, they're signing up. Like literally, like 8 or 9 out of 10 times. If I get them to the briefing, they're signing up because I do all the right things. You show them the profile of success, right? Like, wow, look at all these successes. This is before the briefing. I go in and point out, hey, you see that person right there? Oh yeah, that person, Mary Skinner, she's now a stay-at-home mom, had months size 13 grand. Wow. See, now they're going into the business briefing with the mindset, wow, this is good. Do you see how that's a little different than going into the briefing with, hey, what the heck is going on? That makes sense. Let me pull out my little cheat sheet just so I get that. Sure, thank you. Some good stuff. Okay, you need to know why they need to get started, obviously. And here's something good. See, with closing, obviously you got to, number one, develop confidence. And how do you get good at closing? By going in for the close more. It's Paul J. Meyer in one of his CDs said, I don't know if you guys have listened to Paul J. Meyer, but his voice kind of sounds like this. If you want to get good at closing sales, close more sales. If you want to get good at riding a bicycle, keep riding the bicycle. It's like, if you want to get good at something, keep doing it. It's like, you don't just study everything and, nobody... Anyways. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, you gotta come almost from the mother-father perspective. The mother-father. Now, is the mother-father going to see if the child agrees with what they're saying? No, it's kind of like mama knows best, or daddy knows best, right? So, you gotta come from that perspective to really get them in the business when they're like, oh, I don't know, I need to think about it. See, if you're not coming from that place, it's like, oh, why do you need to think about it? You're really coming from this weak place. And here's the worst thing I see after the business briefing. It's like, you're so excited. It's like, oh, wasn't that great? Oh, yeah, I think it's so great, too, because I used the membership. And you just start telling membership stories and saying what you like and pulling out all your tools. They just saw a darn good presentation. Shut up and give them the application. See, I believe in going in, take out the word close, because I know some people have like a weird, who feels weird about the word close? Does anyone? Okay, so I don't feel weird about it anymore, but I know some people do, so if you have to take the word close out, it's just guiding them to the next step. As a professional, you need to be the one to guide them to the next step. Or else, even if they're the ones who automatically just tell you, hey, I'm ready to get started, which they won't. How many of you have realized that a person doesn't just say, hey, I'm ready to go? You guys realize that? Like after the briefing, right, and you're looking at them. How many of you have been the person or seen someone who's just like, oh, great stuff? You're just expecting them to say, where's the application? They're not going to. They're not going to. You got to ask. You got to guide them. You got to be the mom or you got to be the dad. You got to say, oh, awesome stuff, huh? Congrats, welcome to the team. If they shake your hand, they're telling you they're ready to go. If they're not ready to go, they'll tell you. So why assume that they're not ready to get started if they didn't tell you that they're not ready to get started? See, whatever you assume, that's going to be what you do. If you assume they're not going to get started, they're not going to get started. If you assume they are going to get started, they may not, but you're a lot more likely to get them started because if they are ready, you won't stop them. See, if they're ready and you assume they're not ready, then they're not going to get started.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. So, just something on that. Let's see what else. Okay. Also follow up with the right people because see, I consider myself the king of follow up. Now, if you're ever running for Performance Club or anything like that, whenever I've ran for Performance Club, which I haven't ran for a long time, it just always gets done at the beginning of the month because I'm just doing activity. My business is always open. It's not like, okay, legal shield mode, not legal shield mode. I think legal shield mode, so I share it with people, and that's the end of that. So, there are people who I will follow up with, and there are people who I won't. People who ignore my phone calls and everything like that just because that's who they are, those are people I don't like working with. Do you guys want to work with people like that? No. But like people who have legitimate reasons and they're just busy and they call you back and say, hey, I'm so sorry I was busy. Those are some people I may want to get in my business. So it's very important to identify who you're following up with so you don't waste your time. That's also a thing. Including it'll also give you more posture because you're more select. I've been in the business about 4.5 years. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to be dragged around. So I encourage you guys to not wait 4 years to be like, hey, I don't want to work with certain types of people. I suggest adopting that mindset now, and you'll recruit a lot more people. I could recruit a lot of people for the work that I put in just because I've gotten good at identifying who I want to work with, and when I see someone who I will go in for the close. So I'm going to bring up an individual to help me out with I wouldn't say a skit, but we're going to role play some closing. A gentleman who's had a ton of success in the business, bronze executive director, has a team of over 3,000 people, like 3,500 people, something like that, and he's producing success all over the country. Mr. Jordan Kraft, give him a round of applause. So, now I also want to give you guys some tips on what to do going out of here, because some of you are just excited, right? Oh, what's going on? What do I do, right? Anyone feel like that? Like, I'm excited, but what should I say to people? How should I get things going? Now, here's my mindset on exposing people to information. The only reason why you show people information is so that you could get them on a three-way call. I'm going to say that one more time. The only reason why you show someone information is to get them on a three-way call. Show me the person who does not do three-way calls. I'll show you the person who's not getting any recruits. Now, they may bring people to the business briefing and then they introduce their person to other people. That's kind of like a three-way call. Basically, it's not three-way calls. It's introducing your prospects to other people. If you're not introducing prospects to people other than you, you will not sign anyone up. Show me the person who's doing that a lot. I'll show you the person who's signing people up. So whenever I'm looking at my recruiting numbers and they're down, my three-way call numbers are down. Whenever my three-way call numbers are up, my recruiting numbers are up. So here's a nice little tip on that. After the three-way call, does anyone not know what a three-way call is? Anyone not know what a three-way? Okay. So, anyways, here's one quick script on how to get someone some information. You call someone up and say, hey, listen, the company I work with is expanding. I just found out they're looking for a couple people. I put in a good word for you. When will you be in front of a computer? Or when can we sit down? Or they're meeting with candidates tomorrow night. Why don't you come? Or can you make it? Something like that. You're just looking to pique their interest to see some information. Or you could call them and say, listen, I just had the best weekend of my life. I came across an opportunity. Some of my business partners are looking to partner up with some others who are sharp. Yada yada, I thought of you. Simple, right? Is that complicated?
Yeah.
No. It's just enthusiasm and a little bit of posture. So anyways, get them to see some information, and then after that, you speak highly of the person you're introducing them to. Because if you don't speak highly of the person you're introducing them to, they're not going to let you introduce them. Because why would I want to take time out of my business schedule to just talk to someone? Now, here's the other mistake. Here's where I see people think that they're doing the three-way calling right, but they're doing it wrong. And that is when they speak very highly of the expert, but anyone speak really, really highly of an expert and they still won't let you get on the phone? Anyone? I'll tell you exactly why. Because you're leaving out the words, you've got to hear their story. That is it. That's why everyone I attempt to get on a three-way call gets on a three-way call. The only ones that I don't get on a three-way call are the ones who are absolutely not interested in business. Anyone who's interested, there's no possible way they won't get on a three-way call. And that's my mindset. It doesn't work all the time. It works, I'd say, 8, 9 out of 10 times. But you could see it's better to have that mindset than to not have the mindset. That's all I saw. So, anyways, why I get them on a three-way call is I say, you've got to hear this person's story. Because if you don't say that, they think that you're getting a salesperson on the phone to close them. Now, nobody wants to speak on the phone with someone who will go and try and close them. Right? You guys agree with me?
Yeah, I thought so.
These tips will make you money. And I challenge everyone while you're on the bus to just like be loading on three-way calls. On the bus, I think you guys should launch a three-way call contest, everything like that. Now, once you get the expert on the phone, they do their three-way call. At the end of it, it's not time for you to talk to the person. It's not time for you to be, oh wow, that's great. I just did a three-way call for someone in the last week. And then after the three-way call was over, I listened to what they were doing, and I left it so perfectly. The person was ready to get started. Say, hey, are you ready to get started and start making money right away? And they said, yeah, by the way, that's a closing question. Hey, so are you ready to get started and start making money right away? Perfect. If they say yes, What else is there to ask them? Going for the close. So this person said, hey, great. So anyways, I'm going to be getting back to my hotel room a little bit later, and I'll call you then and sign up on the website. No! Which mailing address do you want your membership kit sent to? That's how I close all my sales. Which mailing address do you want your membership kit sent to? Which mailing address do you want your membership kit sent to? So you just got to go in right when the iron is hot. So now here's something I'm going to demonstrate with Mr. Kraft. It's called handle the oppose and repeat the close. I'm going to say it again. Handle the oppose, repeat the close. So how many of you have had someone, let's just say at the business briefing, give you an objection and then you handle it, but they don't get started? Because here's what happens. You handle their oppose, and then you expect them to now say, oh, yeah, okay, then I'm ready to get started. They will never do that. If they do, then that's the anomaly. It's like if you leave like a magazine somewhere and someone finds it and goes executive director. I know that actually happened on Mrs. Kimmy's team, but she didn't start saying, oh, now I'm going to get some more executive directors. Let me throw a magazine over here. Let me throw a magazine over here. She's not doing that. Because that's the anomaly. So if someone tells... Guys, give me a couple more minutes. Good stuff, yes? Yeah. So just because one person tells you, hey, I'm ready to get started, that's the anomaly most people aren't going to. So you got to handle the pose, be the close. So let's just say the presentation is over. I'm going to show you an example of what to do. Let's just say he's ready to get started. And I'm going to do it the wrong way. So, hey, isn't that great? Oh my God, I know. So I was introduced, by my really good friend, and the beautiful things, just the support and everything like that. Everyone has your back. It's just so amazing. Oh, by the way, I used the membership, so someone made a charge on my card, $300, blah, blah, blah. I got my money back. It was great. What else can I tell you? Wrong thing to do. Some people ask me, what's the best tape? Duct tape. Shut your mouth. Give them the application. I call it hand and point. What? So now we're going to do it hand and point style. People ask me, hey, what's your closing method? Because they think since I close all these people that I do these fancy schmancy in-depth. That's what we think closing is, am I right? Yeah. Closing is more things not to do than things to do. So here's how they do it right. Presentation's over. Hey, awesome stuff, huh? Yeah. Hey, congrats, welcome to the team. Okay. I put today's date right there. Okay, put first name. And I will literally look and just point at every single thing until I get every single thing filled out. I know that was crazy hard. If you don't believe me that it works, and guess what? I know it's hard to believe, but if he's not ready to get started, he'll tell you. So don't assume that he's not ready to get started. He'll tell you. So now we're going to do it where he may have an objection or may think he doesn't have time, or I don't know. He'll think of something. So anyway, presentation is over, and hey, awesome stuff, huh? Yeah. Great. Hey, congrats. Welcome to the team. Okay, I put today's date right there.
Well, I don't know if I have the time to do the business.
You don't have the time? You're making me crazy. By the way, I swear to you, I've said that before. You gotta close with humor. You're like, right? Because sometimes we're in a serious mode. We want to get someone started, and we're like, no. See, you don't need any time. If you could get them laughing, it's done. I swear to you. You want them to like you. You want to have just a dash of Mary Skinner. You know? A dash. You gotta be full on. There's certain things that she can get away with that none of us can get away with.
to you, whatever.
Not really, but... Okay. We'll see who recruits more than the other. I've never loved the recruiting competition, so bring it on. Anyone? So here's something I can do. See, if I know why he needs to make time, can't you see how I'll have a much better chance of getting him started? So, if I know, if he told me that he wants to focus on music, which that's his passion, then I can use that. You see what I mean? So you gotta know what TV screen the person's looking at. So, you don't have time, but, okay, you wanna focus on music, right? You're working at Coffee Bean, right? So, do you see yourself working at Coffee Bean for the next 5 years?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, right? And wouldn't it be awesome? See, I don't feel like I'm working the business. I feel like I'm building, because I'm getting paid now off work I did 3 years ago. Or you guys could share the story of, look, like my mentor, Mrs. Skinner, is getting paid off the work she did 4 years ago. If you don't have that story, point to other people's story. So do you know people who have more time than you?
Yeah.
So the cool thing is I'll be able to work with them, and how much time do you need for them to go sign up people?
Well, nothing. I don't need time.
None, right? So if time wasn't the issue, then everything would be cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad. See, I knew you were intelligent. I knew you would get that. I'm so excited to work with you. Okay, all right. Which mailing address do you want your membership to get sent to? See, I went back in. You just gotta go back in. Or sometimes, I start to have a funny dialogue. I'm like, okay, sign it. Pull out your card. Come on. Let's do it. Pull it out. You see, sometimes I tell someone while they're giving the excuses, I'm like, shut up already. Come on. See, it's kind of coming. You don't need to say shut up. That's just me. You don't need to. I'm coming from the, hey, I know better for you perspective. It's like, listen, you need to do this. You don't have money, or you don't have time. You want time, so let's help you get the time. Okay, let's do this. I'm telling you, we'll close a ton of people that way. Just want to see if there's anything leaving off. No, that is basically all I have to say. So handle the pose, repeat the close. You just gotta keep going back into it and have fun, make more money.